Yesterday, the US major indices closed slightly lower by 0.1–0.3%. This means that the market has actually reached its peak levels. The US Federal Reserve is expected to leave the rate unchanged at 0.25% during its two-day meeting, which started on Tuesday. It will also maintain its program of asset purchases in the amount of $120 billion every month. In its statement, the Fed will probably mention that the outlook for the US economy has improved on the one hand, but it's still necessary to stimulate the economy after the peak of the pandemic. Investors are waiting for the Fed's forecasts regarding the interest rate and inflation. Therefore, markets will carefully evaluate every aspect of the statement to find a hint on whether the regulator will tighten its monetary policy. Last time, the Federal Reserve revised its forecast in December. A lot has changed since then. Special attention will be given to the press conference with Fed Chair Jerome Powell, which will start right after the meeting. His comments may set the trading sentiment for the US dollar. Oil prices continue to rise after the report from the API showed an unexpected drop in the US oil inventories. WTI is trading at $65.20 per barrel and is about to start a correction in case of a pullback in the US stock market. On Wednesday, WTI is expected to stay in the range between $62.50 and $67.50 per barrel. Brent is following the trajectory of the US stock market ahead of the Fed's announcement. Today, Brent futures are trading at $68.70 per barrel and are holding near the previous highs. Trading range for today is found between $67 and $71 per barrel. Against the US dollar, the ruble has reached the level of 73.08. Over the past few days, the Russian currency has gained ground thanks to the rally in oil prices to their three-year highs and the recovery of the US economy. In addition, the speculation that the Bank of Russia is going to raise its key rate also supported the ruble. The ruble has faced strong support at 72.50. Therefore, the dollar-ruble pair is likely to trade within the range of 72.50 to 73.50. In recent days, the euro-dollar pair has been declining in a more rapid pace than the dollar-ruble pair. Today, the ruble is holding at the level of 86.97 against the euro. And the main reason that weighs on the European currency is the problem with vaccine supply to the eurozone. So the pair is forecast to trade in the channel between 86.50 and 87.50 rubles per euro. The situation in the global markets remains uncertain. Europe is on the edge of facing the third wave of the coronavirus pandemic. Yesterday, France reported a rise in new COVID-19 cases that reached 29,000. It's mainly the European countries that top the list of the largest number of new infection cases. The vaccination process is carried out in France and Germany, but at a very slow pace. Meanwhile, in Italy, around 17 million people have been vaccinated. The number of new daily cases in Russia is below 10,000. As for the stock markets, stock indices in China gained 0.4% in the morning trade, while the US market shows signs of a slowdown. A weak report on retail sales in the US, which showed a decline by 5%, served as the main limiting factor for the market. The data on industrial production was also disappointing. The indicator dropped by 2.2% in February compared with January. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and have a great trading day. See you back soon.